ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. And off we go from Denver. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Play action now, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jordan Jenkins showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now back to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Play fake, Bridgewater. This is Hamler on the receiving end. 7 yards to pick up there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They go play action. Bridgewater rolling to his right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 22. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Open man is Denzel Mims.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Completion number 8. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Watson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Akins, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater over the middle, and it's incomplete. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player? It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Throwing is Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A give, running right, Lindsey. A little juke. Lindsey, first down and more than that. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
He'll buy some time right. He'll air this one out for Mims. And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A huge play there for Houston. Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fant.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Bridgewater. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jimmy Moreland. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And that is incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And got his man complete. And down inside the 10 at the 9. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Lindsey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Faking the give. Now Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Here's Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 44, Watson. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Denzel Mims.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Bridgewater.
They'll fire one downfield for Fant.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Bridgewater.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Play action now. Bridge, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Bridgewater. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got room. boom. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Bridgewater.
That's complete. Okuegbunam.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They go play action. Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Bridgewater on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route.
7 yards the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
On 2nd down, right back to Lindsey.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jimmy Moreland.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he's out right at the 25.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And now another one thrown incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He'll buy some time right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like it.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They'll look to throw here. This pass caught by Hamler, and he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 2nd and goal, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.